Today, we're trying something a little bit different. We're still gonna make it happen, but we're gonna make it healthy. I'm gonna take some of my favorite and most popular recipes and make them protein packed, a lot lower in calories, healthier, but still just as delicious. Today, Cajun Shrimp Alfredo is on the menu. Meet me in the kitchen. Let's make it happen. So when you make Alfredo at home, typically it's calorie dense, low on protein, super high in carbs. Today we're using protein pasta to add a little bit more protein to the dish. I'm also gonna make the Alfredo sauce a little bit special. That way it is better macros. This recipe comes in between 550 and 600 calories with a whopping 45 to 50 grams of protein and only 15 to 20 grams of carbohydrates. Super macro friendly, diet friendly, and just as delicious. All right, guys, so we're choosing shrimp today because it is low in calories, high in protein, low in fat. We're gonna season it with my Cajun seasoning because we're making Cajun Alfredo, and this flavor profile just matches really well with shrimp. So I'm gonna get in there with a little bit of Cajun seasoning, get in there with my hands, massage that in. You don't wanna overdo it. Seafood is obviously pretty delicate, so you don't wanna go super crazy on the seasoning. Just a nice light coating is all you need. Get that shrimp seasoned and set it aside. Now, as for the veggie component of this pasta, we're using red and green bell pepper for the color contrast, onions, and some spinach. So plenty of veggies in here is gonna add, some fiber, some nutrients, all that good stuff, and very little calories being added here. So you get all the good stuff without any of the bad stuff, quote unquote bad stuff. Fine dice on your onion and your bell pepper. We're gonna use some garlic paste for this recipe as well, and some Parmesan cheese. Stay tuned to see how we make a flavor packed, protein packed Alfredo sauce. All right, people, stick with me. Trust me on this one. For the protein packed, low calorie Alfredo sauce, we're using none other than low-fat cottage cheese. Now, if you haven't had cottage cheese since you were a kid, you probably don't hate it as much as you think. It's very mild in flavor. It doesn't really taste like anything. It tastes like dairy. Same thing as if you were to drink heavy cream. This is basically replacing the heavy cream for much less calories, much more protein. This container contains 2 cups of cottage cheese, which is 56 grams of protein. Tons of protein, low calories, 80, 80 calories per serving. So we're in a good spot. We're going in with all 2 cups of this. This is a healthy alternative superfood basically right here. 2 cups of cottage cheese going in to a 3/4 cup of 2% milk. We're also going to add a little bit of hot pasta water. You want to add a little bit of heat to this. That way it blends nice and smooth. You don't want it to be super hot because then you run the risk of it separating. Good tablespoon of garlic. We're going to add some Cajun seasoning, a little chicken bouillon powder as well as a flavor enhancer. And I'm going to break out the immersion blender and blend this together. All right, guys, just a tablespoon of olive oil. Don't go too crazy. Adding more olive oil than you think you're adding is a good way to add way too many calories to your dish. So just a tablespoon. We're going to go ahead and cook our shrimp. Then remove the shrimp and cook our veggies right in that same skillet that we cooked the shrimp in. That way we're building flavor throughout the dish. Now, if you're one of those people that turns your nose up at the cottage cheese, I want to let you know that this pasta recipe is better than that nasty ass jarred Alfredo sauce you've been eating all your life. So you guys gotta trust me. We're getting fit this year. This is the time. Protein is the name of the game in 2026. Moderate calories, obviously, are the most important part of the journey, or knowing how many calories you need in order to maintain or lose pounds of body fat. I'm not a doctor, but make sure that you go on. There's a ton of places online now where you can find out your required calories for maintenance, deduct about 500 calories from that, and you should be losing some body fat every week. Track what you're eating, find healthy alternatives like this, and enjoy your weight loss journey. Now, I'm gonna give these about 2 minutes or so. Flip them over. We want the shrimp to be cooked. 145 degrees internal temperature is the temperature in which shrimp are safe to eat. Once they look nice, we're going to remove them and then get going on the veggies. All right, guys, so in that same skillet we cooked the shrimp in, we're going to start to saute our onions and bell pepper. Then we're going to add in our garlic and our spinach. Cook that down, let it, start to absorb some of that flavor from the shrimp. Quick reminder, guys, you can find this recipe, including the macros and calories, all the important details at my website, which is mrmakeithappen.com. I'll also post the calories and the macros down below in the description box for you. Going in with some Cajun seasoning, a little AP, some chicken bouillon powder, garlic paste, two simple adjustments. Adjustment to the Alfredo sauce itself, adding protein, lowering calories, lowering fat, and then also swapping out regular pasta for protein pasta. Increasing the veggies, help you get nice and full. Increasing the volume of food a bit. That way you don't feel like you're starving to death, but still keeping the calories reasonable. 550 to 600 calories, tons of protein. Most importantly, still tastes good. All right, guys, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of butter, which is significantly less than I would use if I were making traditional Alfredo. This is going to add good mouthfeel and flavor. Another thing I'm going to use is my buttery garlic pepper seasoning. That has some butter flavor in it as well. And that is going to help with the, it's going to still taste like Alfredo, basically. That's what we're going for. Got to have a little bit of butter in there. Obviously, if you're super trying to dial back, you can leave that out, but 1 tablespoon of butter is not going to hurt anybody. Going in with that. And now it's time to add our sauce that we made. You want to turn the heat down low. You want to be moderate on the heat here. Looks just like Alfredo sauce. Nice and smooth from the blending. Immersion blender works great here. You could also use like a NutriBullet or whatever you got. And you just don't want it to get too hot. You don't want it to really boil rapidly. So we're going to mix that in. They're going to toss in our Parmesan cheese to finish out the Alfredo sauce itself. And then add our pasta and our shrimp and plate this bad boy up. All right, people, and there you have it. Protein-packed, flavorful Cajun shrimp Alfredo. 550 calories, 45 to 50 grams of protein. This is not going to ruin your diet. If anything, this is going to make you look great this summer. I'm going to dig in there for the taste test. One last reminder, you can find this recipe and all of my recipes at mrmakeithappen.com. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in for the taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, let's get close-ups with the... Now, my friends, time for the moment of truth. Get you a nice size shrimp. Some of that protein pasta. Cajun seasoning got a little spice to it. Got bell pepper, spinach, onions, all that good stuff. Oh, lost a bell pepper. Hold on. That's good. Protein pasta definitely tastes different than regular pasta, but it's not bad. It's just different. The Alfredo sauce itself tastes just like Alfredo sauce. Probably a little less fatty than you're used to because the cottage cheese is low fat and you're used to heavy cream. It actually has a better consistency to me. Kind of hugs, if you can zoom in on that, Moody, kind of hugs the pasta nicely. I'm not going to say it's better than traditional Alfredo, but if I am on a diet and being strict and I really got a craving for pasta, this is delicious.